Welcome everybody to this week's event. This week, Corbin, tell everybody what we're going to be doing.
We're going to do bow trick shots!
Alright, yeah, we're going to do some bow trick shots. And so what we're going to do with this activity to be able to incorporate you into it is we take all the kids who gave us a name for their car during the COVID-19 Hot Wheels race, and we are going to put their names out onto the lawn, and we're going to launch our arrows straight up into the sky. And whoever's name our arrow lands closest to, that's who we're going to be playing for today. And so the winner of the three of us, whoever we're representing, will end up getting something at the end of this. So we'll put it in the mail to you, or we will drop it off at your house, or whatever it might be. I haven't figured out what the gift will be yet. So Julie, can you tell people how they can get entered into these activities for in the future?
If you want to be entered, leave a comment down below or email us.
Yeah, so you can email us at sturgismissionarychurch.com through our connection card to just let us know that, hey, you're tuning into these videos, and that way we will enter you into these drawings and put your name out there. This goes for adults as well. We're going to do random prizes for adults in our midweeks as well. So again, for this video, I took the people who posted comments in our videos previously, and you will be entered into this drawing. But if you want to do it into the future, put us a comment in below. Say anything, we'll just see that your name popped up. You'll be automatically entered, or you can send us contact through email through sturgismissionarychurch.com using the contact us form there. So with that, let's go ahead and get on with the activities. Okay, so in this one, here's where we're going to pick who we are shooting for. So we're going to lay out the names out onto the grass here. We're going to shoot our arrow up into the sky and see who it lands next to and see who we're representing in today's competition. Corbin shooting for Lenora. Lenora's entered this one. Alright, closest name to the barn.
Josiah!
Josiah! Alright. This time we're going to do the chariot shoot, where we have to be inside our chariot, firing our bow at our target over here. So let's see how Corbin does with Lenora. Going for Josiah. Getting interesting now. Not only did Julie hit and tie up the score there for Josiah, but we also have the dog going after the cat in the background. So things are getting heated up now today. So now I will be shooting for Abigail. Abigail's in the lead with 2 points, followed by Josiah and Lenora with 1 point. Alright, for this round, we're going to be shooting soccer balls with the bow and arrow to try to score points. So first up will be Corbin shooting for Lenora. Next up is Julie shooting for Josiah.
Next up is my dad shooting for Abigail.
This round's theme is going to be basketball, so we're going to try to shoot the arrow into the hoop. So first up is going to be Corbin shooting for Lenora.
I'm shooting for Josiah.
Okay, I'll be shooting for Abigail. Consistent.
Don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree. Hey, you didn't hit the tree!
Okay, so as you can tell by the last few rounds that we're not doing so good. So we decided we're gonna go for the broadside of a barn. So each person gets 1 shot. We're wanting to hopefully put some points on the board.
A joke that you can't hit the broadside of a barn, but it's huge!
Alright, we all hit the broadside of a barn. We feel a little bit better about each other now, so let's go to the last 2 rounds. Alright, the second to the last activity was designed by Corbin, and in a minute you'll see why.
Oh my goodness, she hit the house! I wish you could see that! It went right above my dad's head!
Alright, Abigail, let's see what we can do. Okay, for our final round, we're gonna be shooting from the swing, trying to hit the sandbox. So first up will be Corbin shooting for Lenora. Okay, next up is Julie shooting for Josiah, who's 2 points behind in the lead. Alright, Abigail, the pressure is on us. They are tied with us for the lead, so we need to hit the sandbox at least one time, otherwise we go to a bonus round. Sadly, Abigail, I missed every single shot, so that puts us into the final bonus round.
So, we have 2 rounds, and we're shooting it straight up in the air, and we're trying to catch it. You touch it, 1 point. You grab it, 2 points. Who can win? 2, 1.
Good job, Abigail.
Good job. Victory lap. Okay, so Corbin is going to be shooting at the cars to see who our adult winner is for this week.
Alright, I think you hit this one first. It is Brittany.
All right, Brittany, congratulations. We will be getting a gift to you guys as well. Well, congratulations, Abigail and Brittany. Be looking out for things arriving at your homes with maybe a balloon attached to it or something that'll be your gifts being dropped off. I'm hoping to do those tomorrow, which will be Thursday, but I can't guarantee, as the Bible tells us that we have to use the phrase "the Lord willing" in case something comes up. I just want to do a quick little devotional with you today. It's going to be very short, but in pondering the activities that we did today and kind of reading through the Bible, I came across Zechariah 9:13. In the first part of it, God tells his chosen people, Israel. He says, "Israel, I have drawn back my bow, Israel. And Ephraim I have made my arrow." And I thought that was a neat application, since our activities today were with the bow and arrow. And thinking through that, what was it that God was trying to tell his people when he referred to them as his bow and his arrow. It's a great reminder to us that many times God could do things himself. He could go and proclaim his message of salvation. He can comfort the disheartened. He can heal the sick. But he's actually, in many cases, invited us as his followers to do those things. Just like in this passage, he could have told Israel, I am going to run out and with my bare hands I'm going to destroy the enemies that are before you. But he doesn't say that. He says, Israel, I'm going to draw back you as my bow. Ephraim, which is just another word he's using for Israel, would just be like if I said I laid on the couch, I sat on the sofa. Just kind of changing up the wording so it's not boring to listen to. In other words, he's saying, Israel, I've made you my arrow. Saying, you're my instrument. I'm utilizing you. Now, the neat thing about the Zechariah passage, the context that it's found in, is it's one of those prophecies that has dual fulfillment. Which that means is there was two ways that this prophecy was fulfilled. There was the one that was specific for the people that were during Zechariah's time, where he was saying, God is going to work in your situation at hand. But there's also this future fulfillment for them as well. See, it's in the passage of Zechariah where we're told they're given this promise that, behold, your king is going to come riding humbly on a donkey. Talking of the future fulfillment of Jesus when on Palm Sunday he was going to come into Jerusalem, something just recently that we would have been honoring just prior to Good Friday and Easter. So there's two things that he was talking about there. And so, in a way, this is something that transpires time and is for us as well. Again, not just for Israel as a nation. And so we can look at this for ourselves as well, and God reminding us that we are his bow. He is drawing us back. We are his arrow. God could do the tasks himself, but he has invited us in to say, I want you to be a part of what I'm doing. You are my instrument. And when we think of Ephesians, when we're told to put on the whole armor of God, and one of those pieces of armor is to put on the shield of faith, and the whole purpose of that shield is to protect us from the fiery darts of the evil one, reminding us that we are in a battle. But just as a bow can't do it all on its own, a bow cannot boast in itself that it has taken out the enemy. If we would have recorded our activities today by just recording the bow sitting on the ground, it would have been a very boring video because the bow could do nothing on its own. It took somebody wielding the bow, somebody to bend the bowstring, to fling the arrow at the targets. And that's the same as you and I. See, a bow or an arrow, there are different qualities of ones. And depending on what you get, you might get a better bow or a worse bow. And there's some aspects of that with us being instruments of God as well. That if we don't spend much time in prayer or reading his word, we're just going to be a mediocre bow in his hands. If we put in the time and effort to be in prayer with him and reading his word and having a heart like his heart, we're going to be a really good bow. But that still doesn't change the effect or the fact that a really good bow is useless if it's just laying there and nobody is there to pull it back. And so it's a reminder to us is God is the one who is using us as his instrument. We would be useless without him. He is the one that allows us to do everything that we've been capable of doing. So when we have success in our life, we should be excited and proud of the part that we played in that. That's important. But we want to never forget that if it wasn't for God, we could have never accomplished the things that have happened. Just as the bow cannot shoot the arrow itself, the arrow cannot find its target by itself if it wasn't for the bowmaster drawing the string. That's the same with you and I. If it wasn't for the fact of God leading and directing and empowering us to do the things that we can do, we would never be able to have the successes that we do in life. So thank you for spending this time with us today. I hope you enjoy the activities. Hopefully Abigail and Brittany are looking forward to their winnings that will be coming and arriving on the doorstep shortly. I pray that you have a blessed rest of the week. Thank you for joining us. I think Rudy came to tell you goodbye too. Have a good one. Goodbye.